Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana. We are at the 9th circle getting ready for the St. Louis Gladiators and the Indianapolis Red Devils. Rich Pratchard here with you, your play-by-play voice tonight. Sitting next to me in the booth, Marc Lopez. Marc, what do you see as the keys to victory for these two teams tonight?
Thanks, Rich. Yeah, the keys to victory, especially for St. Louis. St. Louis is facing Indiana, who is the #5 defensive team in the league right now. So really, they have to find their own openings in that defense. And I see that if they keep running their ball, they can find that opening. Another one is to protect Dylan in the pocket, because I tell you, Dylan already has 44 sacks this season. And yeah, if they want to keep going with their strength is that they have forced a lot of turnovers this season, and they should force that against Indiana if they want any chance of success. On the other hand, Indiana, they have to force St. Louis to pass, because Indiana can beat them in the pass. They're the #1 passing defense in the team. And of course, just pressure that pocket, give Dylan more sacks.
Yeah, these two teams coming in don't have a lot of playoff implications to play for. These guys are playing for pride, just trying to get some wins in the win column. St. Louis coming in 2-8, Indianapolis coming in 1-8. But St. Louis wins the toss, selects to kick, and they're going to kick off to the Red Devils to start this one. And the return's going to come all the way out to the 40. Across midfield, he's still going out to the 40 into St. Louis territory. Return by sorry about that. Return by Zach Andrews.
Yeah, that was a great return right there. A couple of good blocks, and now they're already in the very beginning of the game. Very great ball position. Great
field position for Indianapolis. Pepper under center in the offset eye. Drops back looking to throw. No toss. Little shovel pass. Swearengin gets the ball out to the 38, gain of 2.
They tried to surprise them with a shovel pass, but I think they have prepared for that play. They shut it down real quick.
I think they've been watching film, maybe.
Most likely.
Back in the I formation, Swearengin dotting the back of that I. Pepper under center. Drops back, hands it off to Swearengin on the delay. He gets out across the 35 to the 34. Gain of 4 will bring up 3rd down and 4.
Now, it looks like the last couple of plays has been quite okay for Indiana, but keep in mind, Keith Swearengin is just averaging 3.5 yards per carry this season, so we'll see if it's enough to take them over the first down for this.
Going to Swearengin again. He breaks a tackle, tries to get down to the first down line, but he is not going to make it. Tackle made by Anderson, but he just came up a yard short.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'd like for them to utilize Keith Swearengin in the running game a lot more than they have this season, because that's the opening in the defense that they can, push through. But it's tough when you have a running back who's just averaging 3.5 yards, not able to make a first.
They show that they're going to go for it back in the I formation. He's trying to draw the Gladiators off sides, but they're going to call their first time out. Indianapolis just trying to get that free 5 yards. And St. Louis holds their ground. So it looks like they're going to bring the punt team out this time. Coach doesn't look real happy.
Nope.
So just getting started here in Indianapolis. The Red Devils hosting the Gladiators. Oh, we're going to go for the field goal. That is going to be a 47-yard attempt for Roman Pena. Hold is down. The kick is up. It is good. 47-yard field goal gets this thing started. Indianapolis strikes first.
And the quick first point, setting up 3 points on the table. I will say, though, Rich, I'm thinking about where these teams are coming from. Indiana just came off of a bye week, so they might be a little bit more rested. On the other hand, St. Louis just came off of a 0-37 beating against Chicago. So I wonder if their mind, their heart is sort of in this game, if they have shrugged off that big loss on their last game.
That's either going to tire them out or it's going to give them something to play for, a little attitude, maybe. Return this time comes out to the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. Ethan Kai on the return for the Gladiators, and it'll be first down and 10, and we'll get to see Dylan Asil for the first time tonight. Asil comes out with an I formation. Hands it off to Diaz, going off to the right-hand side, but he is going to get stopped in the backfield. Stop made by Blake Colt.
And he just pummels him down, brings him down, pancakes him. Big hit, good defensive play.
Second down and 10 for St. Louis. Back in the I formation. Asil with one wide on each side. He's going to looking to throw. Drops back under pressure. He's going to get sacked.
Oh, my.
Asil dropped inside his own 20-yard line.
Oh, boy. This might be one of many sacks this game, Rich. As I said, Asil averaging 0.4 sacks per game. This is already one. This pocket really has to protect him. That defender just came right through.
Easy Temple gets through the first time, and this time the sack. That one was Brian Dagger.
Ouch. Rich, this is definitely a crime. They're just sacking him 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Well, 10 yards, but ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Well, I just saw their, I think it was their left guard laying on his rear end up there. You know, it's hard to block somebody if you're laying down on the ground. Time for a punt from the St. Louis Gladiators. Punter standing about 3 yards deep in his own end zone. Gets the kick away. It's going to be received inside the 50, brought down to the 45-yard line, about a 3-yard return. But Indianapolis will start off with great field position again this drive.
Indeed, great position again. And if it goes as their previous drive, they might just score an extra 3 points. So, yeah.
Back in the I formation. Pepper with 2 wide right, 1 wide left. He's going to drop back, looking to throw. Throws to the right. It's complete out across the 35. That's enough for an Indianapolis first down. Complete to Eli McCormick.
And good hustle by McCormick right there to beat a defender who was about to stop him behind the first down line. Good hustle right there. And yeah, as you said, good enough for a first down. So great offensive individual play by him right there.
First and 10, Indianapolis at the St. Louis 32-yard line. Offset I, 2 wide to the left. Looking to throw again, steps up, throws across the middle, it's complete. That's another first down and another reception by McCormick.
And that was a little bit of a thing of beauty right there, Rich. Although it was thrown through, I would say, double coverage, but Eli McCormick with the quick hands, very magnetic hands, you know, just grasps the ball in midair, protects the ball, good enough for a first down.
Yeah, he pulled that one right out of, I mean, there was at least double coverage in there, right in the middle of traffic. Drops back, looks, throws over the middle again, complete. That's McCormick again. Gain of 5 this time. Bring up second and 5.
Eli McCormick picking up some steam. This guy averaging 58 yards per game, but I don't know. It looks like he might just go above and beyond. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 75 or 100.
I think he's over 30 already. 2 wide right, 1 wide left. 2 backs behind Pepper. Looking to throw again. Rolls to the right under pressure, and he's sacked.
Ooh. Good defensive play
Pepper,
right there.
yeah.
Yes. I didn't even see that sack coming. But
yeah, I didn't either. Shane Masters came in and caught him from his blind side, didn't he?
From everyone's blind side. Ours, apparently, as well.
Going to send trips to the left this time, one to the right. 3rd down and 8. Drops back, looks left, throws left, complete.
Ooh, but not enough for a first down.
No, complete to Lewis Risk. I think he was just an outlet. But he did not get out there past the stick, so we're talking 4th down and 3 now. And I think I see the kicker Pena out there again, going for another field goal. This one is going to be 28 yards. 28-yard attempt. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. And that one is good. So with 4:54 left in the first quarter, Indianapolis 6, St. Louis 0. We'll take a break and hear a word from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
That kick came down around the 10-yard line. He's going to get it out past the 25 to the 28. And St. Louis will take over there, 1st down and 10.
It's a quick turn of events. Already 5 minutes in the first quarter, and Indiana putting up 6 points. Their offense might look quick, but it is really care of the defense, just putting them with good field position whenever it comes their way.
A seal under center in the I formation, drops back, looks to throw, throws to his running back coming out of the backfield, but he is going to get dropped for a loss.
Ooh, and we see right there why Indiana is a top defensive team. They just read that play perfectly and stop it even before the guy or the receiver goes over the line of scrimmage. So great defensive play overall.
Blake Craze had that one sniffed out from the beginning. Going to go shotgun formation for the first time tonight. A seal with 2 wide left, 1 wide right, drops back, throws across the middle on a post route. It is complete.
Wow.
That should be enough for a first down. But Paul Conley laid a lick on the receiver, Cody Scott.
This is quite similar to that play by Eli McCormick on their end, where the ball was thrown into several lines of coverage. We see several people. It was thrown like a laser pass through a little opening, but the receiver was right on point, picks up the first down for their team.
St. Louis moving the ball for the first time tonight. Drops back, throws left again. Out of the backfield, but again, that one is sniffed out by Craze. Denzel Diaz is not able to get anything coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well why they went for that play. I wonder if they didn't read the defense well, because the defense saw that a mile away. The offense did not.
Yeah, Craze knows that's coming. Back in the offset eye. Looking to throw again. Asil throws it across the middle. It's complete. That's complete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Nick Finch on the reception in traffic.
Yeah, Nick Finch got himself open. I think several of the linebackers shifted forwards and towards the right of the offensive line, trying to force pressure, which opened up the middle. And yeah, good play right there.
3rd down and 3 in the shotgun. Rolls right under pressure, and he's sacked. That was EZ Temple that got to him that time. That's his 2nd sack on the day already.
Baby, this guy saying, man, Dylan, you're too easy to bring down. This is Dylan's 3rd sack of the game already, and it's only the first quarter.
Yeah, this could be an ugly day for Dylan Asil. Graham Northrup in to punt it away. Standing at about his 24-yard line. comes down at the 25 and gets about a yard on it. So Indianapolis will take over first down and 10 from their own 26-yard line. This is the deepest in their own territory they've been all day. First time they've started in their own territory. They've been in St. Louis territory all day so far.
Agreed.
Tom Pepper under center with the I formation. 2 wide left, 1 wide right this time. Hands it off right up the middle. Plenty of room. Going to gain 8 on that one. Swearengin with a good run. Plenty of space to run, though.
Yeah, that's right. When you give this guy space, you know, some guys call him a cheetah. You know, he's going to take that space and run. Run like a cheetah. We see right there 8 yards before any guy can, before any guy stopped him. So, yeah, great running play right there.
Offset I, 2 wide right, 1 wide left. Tom Pepper goes to Swearengin again, but they sniffed that one out. Shane Masters gets in the backfield and makes the stop. Loss of 2, bring up 3rd down and 4. I was just going to make a comment about Swearengin helping his per carry average today, but that one is that's not going to help him. 2 wide right, 1 wide left, drops back, looks to throw, steps up, throws complete, wide open. That was a wide open Eli McCormick, just couldn't advance the ball anymore. His momentum carried him out of bounds, but he did get the first down.
And a little bit of a defensive breakdown right there. No one was there to cover Eli McCormick, and I think a little bit of misdirection happened when the routes were run. Eli McCormick able to free himself up, and yeah, also as well, kudos for finding that receiver and making that pass.
Pepper in the I formation. 1 wide on each side, hands it off. Right up the middle, Swearengin. Gain of 4. You get 4 yards every time you touch the ball. It's going to be a successful day.
Yeah, it's good enough for first downs consecutively. That's what we want to see from him.
2 wide left with the I formation again. Drops back, short drop, throwing to Swearengin coming out of the backfield. No, that's not Swearengin. That was the fullback Castle, but he is going to lose a couple. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
I wonder why Pepper resorted to throwing to the fullback. We couldn't. The camera was not able to show the coverages down the field, but I guess I would say that it's overall good defense for recognizing that play and stopping it from going further.
Comes out with trips, throws across the middle. It's complete.
Wow. Wowie, wow. Who was that guy? Oh.
That's John Hamill on that reception, but that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Low-scoring game so far. Indianapolis 6 after 2 field goals. St. Louis 0. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. That was a good catch in traffic.
Indeed, and I think the Red Devils, especially Tom Pepper, in this game, they have been playing the higher risk game. Several times he has thrown to his receiver in traffic, and those receivers are actually rewarding Tom Pepper with completions. So good stuff.
Pepper with the I formation behind him. Swearengin dotting the I back there. He drops back to throw, looks across the middle, complete. Another first down. Stop made by Peltier. But that was Dan Daly on the catch. First time we called his name today.
Now, Rich, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like Indiana is just taking advantage of this, slow zone defense from the Gladiators. They're slow to react, playing the zone defense, but, their coverages are a little weak.
Swearengin with some nice spins. Keeps going. He's broken. 10-5. Touchdown, Indianapolis. What a run by Swearengin.
This guy just beast moded through the middle. I think 2 tackles broken. He just teaches them a lesson of why you should not mess with him. Wow.
Threw a couple spin moves in there and made all kinds of people miss.
Yeah, Keith Swearengin known for his spinning prowess.
So Indianapolis set to go up by 13 after this extra point, which is up and good. That brings us to Indianapolis 13, St. Louis 0. We'll take a break and hear a word from the SFL.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Ethan Kai brought that one out to the 26. St. Louis will start off first down and 10 from their own 26. A seal with a single back. Heavy formation, hands it off, straight up the middle, plenty of room. Diaz gets 5 out to the 31.
It's one of his better runs this game. 5 yards. He has been, I think, having a tough time gaining any yardage whatsoever. So this is a good start from him. You know, start picking up some yards, gain some confidence, and eventually maybe even carry this game.
Empty backfield this time. A seal with 5 wide. Drops back, looks to throw. Plenty of time. Now fumble.
Oh.
Ball gets knocked loose. And I believe Indianapolis has come up with it. Indianapolis ball recovered by Ashley Rose Finch. Let's see who knocks that one free. He knocked it free. And actually, he didn't come up with it.
Yeah, Finch was the one who knocked it free, huh? That was a good... Oh.
Ian Webb comes up with the recovery, but that gives Indianapolis great field position again. 1st and 10 from the St. Louis 22. Hands it off to Swearengin off the left-hand side, breaks a tackle, gets out to the 18, gain of 4.
And Swearengin just keeping and doing what he did on the last drive, just consistently gaining 4 or more yards, because 4 or more is good enough for, you know, consistently getting those first downs.
Pepper in the shotgun. 2 wide left. Hands it off to Swearengin, going to the left-hand side. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Stopped there by Bo Knowles. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 6 now for Indianapolis. In the red zone, trying to extend this lead. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Looking to throw, throws left into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Devils.
And looks
Dan
like
Daly.
Sorry. I was going to say, looks like the Red Devils are just toasting St. Louis in their home court. Now their 2nd touchdown of the game. Good stuff. And I would say, Rich, I would add that much of this success is because they have started with good ball position, good field position. And why did they get good field position? It's because of their defense. 3 times their defense has provided or has caused the offense to start on the side of St. Louis. So, yeah, kudos to all. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think they've only started one drive in St. Louis territory. Or in their own territory, in Indianapolis territory. Everything else has been started in St. Louis territory. Short field for Indianapolis. .8:41 left in the half. Red Devils now up 20-0 over Gladiators.
Now it's a mountain to climb for them. 20 points They do have the 3 quarters remaining, but the way that they have played, it looks like it's going to be a tough climb for them.
Return comes up to the 29-yard line, and St. Louis will take over first down and 10 right there. St. Louis's defense will have to step up and make some adjustments for them to be able to climb back into this.
I agree. I guess also they're offensive as well, because their offense, they are unable to protect Dylan Isil in the pocket. 3 sacks already.
Offset eye for Isil. He drops back, throws across the middle, tipped, incomplete.
Ooh. That almost looks like it was caught, but the defense right there just stopping any sort of good catch, because Isil as well has been throwing through coverage or into coverage. His receivers have, one way or another caught those passes, but not this time around. The defense smart enough to, make it more difficult to complete the pass.
Offset eye this time for Isil. Looking to throw, rolls to the left, throws out of the backfield, knocked down by Steve Vitak. That'll bring up third down and 10 now for St. Louis. It's good defense.
Steve Vitak.
Yeah, good defense intended for Finch over there, but
I agree. I definitely agree. And when you mentioned Steve Vitak, he's actually one of the team leading players in terms of pass deflection. He has 9, only topped by Ashley Rose Finch. She has 10. But yeah, Steve Vitak, I look forward to seeing him making more of those defensive plays.
In the shotgun, Isil with 2 left and 1 right. Drops back. Plenty of time. Throws left. Complete, but he didn't make the first down.
Oh, no.
That was complete to Juan Moore, but he apparently didn't know where the sticks were.
And maybe the number 1 in his jersey. Yes, just 1 yard to go. But if he was just agile enough to make 1 extra step or a spin to bring the ball on top of the first down line, ooh, that's gotta hurt.
That is going to force a punt for St. Louis. Punt comes down at about the 22, returned out to the 30-yard line, in Indianapolis, for only the second time today, will start off in their own territory. First down and 10 from their own 30. So now St. Louis's defense has got to step up and stop this rushing attack from Swearengin, I would imagine. Because here he comes again. Swearengin right up the middle. Plenty of room across the 40, and he's gone. 50, 40, 30, 10, 5. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Holy smokes. This is the Keith Swearengin that they wished they had in their last game versus Chicago, where they lost by only 3 points. Keith Swearengin this game has been spectacular, but I would say it was actually a great team effort, because the opening blocks by the offensive line just open up a big hole, and then your wide receivers just open up the field running their routes to free up space. Keith Swearengin, as I said earlier, if you give him space, he's gonna run it.
Yeah, that's right. Colin Douglas was trying to catch up with him, just could not get there. So Pena back on the field for the extra point. And the kick is up, and it's good. So we've still got 7:54 left in this first half, and it's now Indianapolis 27, St. Louis 0.
Ooh, not a good sight to behold if you're a St. Louis fan.
No, I expected this to be a little more, a little lower scoring game, a little more back and forth with these two teams, but Indianapolis came out to prove something, apparently.
I agree. Yeah, and I think their credit goes to their coaches for actually scheming a great offense. They outread St. Louis's game plan going into this game, and they have outplayed them in almost every corner, defensively and offensively.
Kai brings that return out to the 29, first down and 10 Gladiators. We'll see if Dylan Asil can get something started here. Has the I formation behind him this time. Denzel Diaz back there, hands it off to Diaz off the left-hand side. And he's hit pretty quickly by Blake Craze. Gain of a yard.
Yeah, and this defense is just solid. Despite being only the 15th running defense, still they have Indiana, I would say, is preventing teams to only 15 points a game, which is very impressive.
Empty backfield for Asil. Looks to throw. Plenty of time. Knocked down. Ashley Rose Finch knocks that one down.
And Ashley Rose Finch is just everywhere this game, sort of carrying over her performance on their last game. Last game she had 1 pass deflection, 2 tackle for losses. This game, she has already forced a fumble. I think that is her 2nd or 3rd pass deflection. So she has been a beast on the defensive end of this, of this team.
Back in the shotgun, Asil drops back. Plenty of time again, throws to the right. This time it's complete, first down. Cody Scott on the reception, and he actually knew where the sticks were. He got out there past the marker and gets that first down.
Yeah, that's right. So good on him. And this time, Dylan Asil making up for the weak couple of plays before that and giving their team a first down.
Drops back, throwing to the back, coming out of the backfield. Denzel Diaz, sorry about that. He's only going to get 3, though. Bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Gladiators.
And what I saw right there, Blake Craze actually on the stop right there. He was actually sealed off by the blocker real well, but Blake Craze, this guy is actually an elite defender with elite strength, just overpowers the blocker.
Hands it off to Diaz coming out of the backfield, and guess who's there? Blake Craze.
Man, you gotta be crazy if you don't think it's gonna be Blake Crazy.
He's leading tackler on that team, is he not?
He is. Blake Craze has total of 73, total with assists. So that puts him above the rest of his team. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Paul Connolly actually has 68 tackles. So there's that.
Under pressure, and he's sacked.
Ooh.
Another sack back there by E.Z. Temple. I think that's his 3rd on the day.
It is. Now, Rich, wouldn't you say a good drinking game would be take a shot for every sack?
Yeah, for every sack or every time you hear somebody say E.Z. Temple.
Or Blake Craze.
Or Blake Craze.
Oh, man.
St. Louis set up for the punt. Comes down at the 24. And Andrews brings it back to the 27. First down and 10, Indianapolis. Indianapolis hasn't had a problem moving the ball at all today, so I expect this to be another Keith Swearengin show, maybe. Offset I, Swearengin back in the back of that I formation. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Pepper hands it off to Swearengin, tries to go to the right, but he is stopped.
Oh, and it's for a loss as well. So good defense right there. They just pile on top of him, recognizing that Swearengin is the guy to stop in Indiana, and they do it successfully for this play.
LaRue got some penetration and was able to keep Swearengin behind the line of scrimmage for a loss, 2nd and 11. Back in the shotgun, trips to the left this time for Pepper. Drops back, throws left, complete, makes a spin, but that spin's not going to be successful. Ethan Kai makes the stop. Ball was
Sorry, good play overall. You mentioned earlier that Indiana so far has not found trouble moving the sticks, which is actually surprising. This team has struggled in the third down conversion. It's a third down for them. We'll see if they can convert on this one.
3rd down and 4 goes to Swearengin, but he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Baby, I wonder if this might be the start of St. Louis's, return to, probably compete in this game, because this is the first actual defensive stop they've had that forced Indiana to punt the ball away.
Yeah, Afolabi came back and got some penetration, just like some of the other guys are getting this series. So St. Louis has made an adjustment, it sounds like, or it looks like. Ooh, hard hit on that punt return. But St. Louis will start off 1st down and 10 from their own 34. But they've made an adjustment to try and stop Swearengin.
Yep, again, a good adjustment, a good time to have an adjustment just before the first half ends. Because it's those kinds of adjustments that you want to see succeed, so that going to the halftime, where you want to, what you want to keep doing.
Asil comes out with an empty backfield, drops back, looks to throw. Plenty of time, throws across the middle, knocked down, still up in the air. Incomplete, tip drill.
Ooh, baby, it almost looks like a thing out of cartoons. That ball just bounced out of the head of the defender, up into the air. I was waiting for someone to come down with it as it was going down, because that ball had elevation when it was tipped.
It did. I thought that was an incomplete pass. I thought it bounced up off the ground, but apparently it bounced off somebody's hands. Single back, everybody else in tight. Hands it off to Diaz, right up the middle, has some blocking still going.
Oh.
Gain of 7, 3rd down and 3.
That was he right here with the stat, averaging only 2.4 yards. He is having a tough night this game, but in this one play, he picks up, I think that was a pickup of 6, so not too bad. We would want to see him, or at least St. Louis wants to see him sort of open up more passing lanes for the receivers.
The I formation gives it to Diaz, and he's stopped in the backfield. Stopped back there by Steve Vitak. And I was just going to say that the only real success they've had with the running game is when they bring everybody into block. Single back, everybody else into block, and then they're able to get him to move. But this offensive line's having trouble blocking the defenders of Indianapolis.
I agree. This offensive line has been having trouble, period, actually, in all aspects of their play. But as we said, adjustments have been made in the defensive end, so we want to see some adjustments to be made on the offensive end.
2:29 left in the half. Indianapolis 27, St. Louis 0. Indianapolis now 1st down and 10 from their own 26. Pepper comes up under center, going to send one wide left, one wide right. 2 backs in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Swearengin, plenty of room. Goes to the right. Gain of 6. Ethan Kai in on that stop.
It was a good stop by Ethan Kai because it looked like Keith Swearengin had good blocks in front of him. Actually, I was unfortunate because it looked like he actually bumped off of his blocker. But if that was actually not a bump and he was successful, he would have just burst through again for another big run, I believe.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning. Indianapolis 27, St. Louis 0. St. Louis trying to make some changes and get back in this game. Rich Pratchard and Marc Lopez here on the call with you tonight. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. Tom Pepper up under center with the offset eye. 2 wide right, 1 wide left. Hands it off to Swearengin. Makes a cut to the inside. Spin move gets him the first down.
Wow. And look at that. Already 133 yards this game. 2 touchdowns. Keith Swearengin is carrying this team on his back. Pepper barely throwing the ball. Well, he has thrown quite a bit, but still Swearengin just when he's able to run like that, he's taking the load off of Tom Pepper. And Tom Pepper is just having a field day himself because his completion rate is quite high this game as well.
So 1st and 10, Indianapolis from their own 39-yard line, offset eye. Drops back to throw, throws left, going to Swearengin, coming out of the backfield. Makes a man miss. Gets it all the way out to the 48-yard line, gain of 9. Just trying to get the ball to Swearengin out in space and let him do some work. One wide on each side, 2 backs in the backfield behind Pepper. Going to hand it off. Swearengin trying to get the first down, and he is going to be just short. Just short. 3rd and inches. Indianapolis is going to go quick. No huddle. 3rd down and inches. Trying that hard count. Drops back to throw. Throws down deep. It's complete.
Wow.
All the way out to the 25-yard line. That is Daly, Dan Daly on the reception.
Wow, and I say, Rich, this is actually an interesting decision as well. And I think because of the decision to go long, I think St. Louis was expecting Indiana to just push through with the running play. And as such, Dan Daly left alone in the backfield. A great pass, great catch for a big yardage gain.
Peltier saved a touchdown there. Daly ran past 2 defenders. Just ran past them. Ooh, Swearengin stopped in the backfield. Believe that was Kai on the stop. Loss of 3. Hands it off to Swearengin again, going to the left. He's going to get those 3 back. And Indianapolis is going to call their last timeout. With 21 seconds left on the clock, they're going to try and get back on the board here. Ball at the St. Louis 25-yard line. They're going to try and get another field goal. Roman Pena on the field. This will be a 42-yard attempt. Hold is down. The kick is up. And it is good. So with 17 seconds left in the half, Indianapolis extends its lead to 30 over St. Louis, 30-0. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music.
Almost looks like St. Louis is reeling from their last game when they were brought down 37-0 by Chicago. Now they're facing a very similar situation, 30-0, but only in the first half.
Yeah, it's a rough one for St. Louis. Trying to get something started, and every time they seem to make a little progress, they get stopped cold. And Kai brings that one out to the 29-yard line. St. Louis has 13 seconds and 3 timeouts. See what they decide to do. Single back behind a seal. Trips to his left. He's going to throw. Under pressure. Tries to get out of it, but he's going to be sacked. Guess who is? Guess who?
It's Easy Temple.
Easy Temple.
4 sacks. Oh, my. I wonder what's the record for most sacks in the game.
Well, that sack will bring us to the end of the first half. Indianapolis 30, St. Louis 0. Look at those rushing yards. 127 yards for Indianapolis, 38 for St. Louis.
Yeah, this goes to show that not only is Indiana's offense really picked up steam, but their defense, really, they shut down any kind of game plan that St. Louis has had. It has proven to be quite lethal, because now they're up 30-0. St. Louis is looking to make, I would say, major adjustments, because the minor adjustment that they've done, defensively on that one drive where they forced Indiana to punt. That was just one drive. The next drive, Indiana scored off of a touchdown? No, off of a field goal. So,
right.
Yeah, they're having a tough time. stopping Indiana. You know, and I want to say that Indiana statistically has struggled with third down conversions. So I would have figured maybe St. Louis game planned around forcing short plays, short passes, and put Indiana where they're uncomfortable with. But no, Indiana just proving to be the alpha team in this game.
Well, as soon as some of these stats roll through here, we'll check in on the playoff picture. Neither one of these two teams really in the playoff picture. This being week 11, I think I believe they have been mathematically eliminated.
I believe so too, yeah.
But we do have, I don't want to block the stats from anybody that's really interested in seeing those. But yeah, that 134 yards for Swearengin, that's probably pretty close to the most he's had in most games this season, and he's got that in the first half already. So just real quick, we'll check this. Alaska Storm, Tallahassee Pride, Carolina, Queen City, New Orleans, and Mexico City all at this point, after Saturday automatic qualifiers. Baltimore, Sioux Falls, Las Vegas, and Houston are in the wild card hunt right now, or in the wild card spots right now. And then you've got Chicago, Atlanta, Tulsa, Vancouver, and it looks like Denver in the hunt at this point. But here's the opening kickoff of the second half. St. Louis receives that kickoff, gets it back out to the 29-yard line. First down and 10, St. Louis. See if they can take advantage of that halftime break, make some adjustments, and come back out here.
Whatever adjustments that they have made, they have to implement it to perfection because it is a tough mountain to climb. They're down 30 points.
Azil steps back. He's going to run it up the middle. Plenty of room across the 40, out to about the 43-yard line before he is stopped. He takes a hit from Craze, but that's a first down.
Yeah, good play by him. Good decision to run the ball. But towards the end of the run, I was a little scared for him because he could have just slid to prevent any risk of injury. Instead, he gets hit hard and brought down. But he's fine, so that's all good.
Especially when you got somebody like Craze coming down on you. I think I would have slid. Drop back, throwing it to Diaz coming out of the backfield. He's got enough room across midfield. He is going to get out close to the first down, but a yard short. That'll bring up second down and 9.
And I couldn't see who it was, but one of the blockers just sealed the defender perfectly. Who was it? I think that was Craze, I think, who was sealed. And now that was a big yardage gain by St. Louis, 9 yards.
Second down and 1. Single back. Everybody else in blocking. Hands it off to Diaz up the middle. Plenty of room across the 40. Down to the 30, to the 25. And he is stopped at that point by Zach Andrews. But that's the best run of the day for Denzel Diaz.
Indeed, and it, as we see right there, it actually brought his number an average of 2.4. It's now 4.7. What a big run right there. This little guy, he's playing with heart, you know, in this play.
Yeah, but again, like I said, you know, they brought everybody in to block. And that's been their success when they're running the ball, is when they have everybody in there on the line to block. Back in the I formation. Seal gives it to Diaz again off the right-hand side. This time he has some room. He's going to gain 7. Blake Craze on the stop.
Yeah, Craze again, just everywhere, stopping any play from developing further. Although Diaz, a little bit of a nice play as he swoops around the hip of his blocker to pick up extra yardage, because it almost looks like he was about to get brought down with only 2 yards.
Again, going to Diaz. This time he's going to the left. Bounces it to the inside. He's going to get out there close to the first down, but he's stopped short. And I think that was Craze again on the stop. third down and inches.
And I think this is the adjustment that St. Louis has made, is just utilizing Diaz a lot more and utilizing the running play a lot more. It has been successful a couple of plays for this second half, but we'll see how much can Indiana stop it.
Going to Diaz off the left-hand side. He gets enough for a first down. So St. Louis driving this time into the red zone for the first time tonight. First down and 10 at the Indianapolis 13. Back in the I formation. This time he's going to throw. Throws it to Diaz out of the backfield. 10, 5, up close to the first down. That's going to be enough for a first down at the 2-yard line. Great play.
Wow, yeah, great play indeed. I don't think they were expecting Diaz to run down the side because everyone, they were pressuring Dylan Asil in the pocket, and which is why I think they lack defenders on the side. A little too slow to react. Diaz rewarding the team with a first down, and now this is the closest they've been to the end zone.
First down and goal, empty backfield. Drops back, looking to throw under pressure, and he's going to get hit and sacked. Easy Temple. I thought Asil was going to get out of that one.
I thought as well, but Easy Temple just has his number. Funny thing is, the way it looks like is Asil. It looked like he run back towards Easy Temple, but I don't know. Yeah, this sack, Easy Temple, he might have just struck fear into Dylan, and when Dylan sees him, he makes probably terrible decisions.
They went away from what was working. They went away from Diaz on that play. Diaz had touched the ball every play before that, I believe. Drops back to throw, throws it in the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis. Cody Scott on the reception. Nice throw from Asil.
Yeah, nice throw indeed. And I actually thought that was short by a few inches. But no, it's good. And great catch right here. I thought I was thrown to a different receiver. But yeah, ball caught in the end zone. And now, St. Louis's first point. And this one drive, Rich, I would say it looked like their offense is good on this drive.
Yeah, they found the formula. Matthew Martin with the kick. It is up and good. So St. Louis gets on the board, cuts that lead a little bit, 30-7 with 6:57 left to go in the third quarter. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. Kickoff comes down at the 10-yard line. Spin move gets him out to the 28-yard line. Zach Andrews on the return. First down and 10, Indianapolis from their own 28. Colin Northrup in the chat says that that's the first score for St. Louis in 7 quarters. Trips to the right for Pepper. Drops back, looking to throw, throwing to the right. Complete. Nice catch. Way to keep his feet in bounds. That was Eli McCormick.
Yeah, nice catch indeed. Now it's we were talking about how St. Louis can come back into this game. They did good in their last drive. Now it's up to their defense to stop any advance, especially against this Indiana Red Devil team that has Keith Swearengin in their back pocket, who's just raring to go. So they have to figure out how to stop all of their avenues of attack.
That was a gain of 5. Second down and 5. Drops back, looking to throw, throws to the right, and it's knocked down, just about picked off there. Number 47, Tony Andrews, came flying in.
Oh, yeah.
Just about picked that off.
Quite the athletic jump right there. And as he said, almost brought down an interception. A little bit probably with Butterfingers, but still good defensive effort. you know, risking your body for that play. And they rewarded for a pass deflection, forcing 3rd and 5.
2 wide right, 1 wide left, offset eye behind Pepper. Drops back, shovel pass, tried to go a shovel pass to Swearengin, but he was hit. And unfortunately, I didn't get the number of that truck that hit him there coming through the line. But that's an incomplete pass.
That's actually a good stop as well, because they stopped them right in the 33-yard line of Indiana, meaning as when the ball gets punted, it is going to get punted, you know, there's a good chance that it's going to be good field position for St. Louis.
So St. Louis comes out with a good first series. Punt comes down at the 29, gets out to the 31-yard line, 1st down and 10, St. Louis. And they'll try and cut farther into that lead, maybe climb back into this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just take this slowly but surely, just, you know, consistently make a stop and convert in a touchdown.
A seal in the shotgun, empty backfield, looking to throw, throws to his left. It's complete. Toes touch. Yeah, that was Diaz. I was wondering if that was Diaz coming out of the backfield, and it was. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
And Diaz picking up 6 receptions, 23 yards. That's good for almost 4 yards per reception. And when we're talking about, you know, yards per reception or completion, anything above 3 is actually good enough.
Hands it off to Diaz this time, trying to go up the middle.
Oh.
Breaks a couple tackles, but he's going to be just short of the 1st down, 3rd down and inches. Colt on the stop. Yeah, Diaz has almost as many yards receiving as he does rushing this season. Drops back, looking to throw, throws it to Diaz coming out of the backfield. He's got the 1st down across midfield, down to the 47-yard line. That pump fake, that pump fake froze everybody.
It did, yeah. And actually Diaz as well, sort of saving that play, making himself open, and then showing his speed as he outruns a couple of defenders before being brought down. So Diaz actually is the star of this 2nd half for the St. Louis Gladiators. And now Indiana, all their eyes are now focused towards stopping Diaz, I believe.
St. Louis in Indiana territory at the 48-yard line, drops back, throws across the middle. It is complete.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Cody
Pass
Scott. Yeah.
Cody Scott, indeed. Caught in contact as he was being brought down. So this guy, he's playing good on this drive. St. Louis overall has been playing good on this drive in this 2nd half.
Yeah, this 2nd half, St. Louis looks like a different team. A seal throws it across the middle, knocked down, incomplete.
Yeah, good defensive just to put out a hand right there and stop that pass, because, boy, I'm telling you, Rich, these passes have been thrown to coverage. If you just raise a hand, someone just raise a hand. And they did, pass deflection right there.
Yeah, those last 2 passes were thrown into heavy traffic. That first one, Cody Scott came down with, but this one, no. 2nd down and 10 now. Empty backfield, hands it to Diaz, but he's not getting anywhere this time. Blake Craze was in the backfield waiting on him.
And this is one of those plays where St. Louis has everyone as blockers, but this time around, Indiana knows how to stop it. And how do they do it? Just put Blake Craze on the play.
Loss of a yard, 3rd down and 11. Seal drops back, looks to throw under pressure, and he's sacked. And I don't think I have to tell anybody who that sack was by. Easy Temple.
Yeah, this guy, he's everywhere. He's just inflating his sack numbers for the season. Boy, oh boy, he already has 11 sacks for the season. After this game, it would put him up to 16.5 sacks. So almost, 50% of his current sacks for the season.
Almost blocked. Nice punt. It's going to hit inside the 10-yard line, be stopped at the 8. Good punt. So Indianapolis will start deep in their own territory at the 8-yard line when we come back. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. First down and 10 for Indianapolis from their own 8-yard line. I formation behind Pepper. Gives it to Swearengin up the middle, all kinds of room.
Oh my.
And he's gone. 40, 50, 40, 30, 20. Nobody is going to catch him into the end zone. Touchdown, Keith Swearengin on a 92-yard run from scrimmage.
Oh my goodness. And as I was about to say, St. Louis have to stop Keith Swearengin from making a play on this drive. Keith Swearengin just busts one out. And a good ceiling block right there on the defender. And when you have an open field for Keith Swearengin to run, he just runs it. It's a field day for him. He might as well be running on the track and field team.
Yeah, nobody was catching him on that one. And he had blockers running. He had both his wide receivers, Dan Daly and Eli McCormick, running with him. So even if anybody would have started to catch up with him. So Roman Pena out for the extra point. Sorry about that, Mark.
No problem.
Extra point is good. 3:21 left in the third quarter. Indianapolis 37, St. Louis 7. We'll take a break and hear a word from the SFL.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in a DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
That return comes back to the 27-yard line. St. Louis will line it up there, first down and 10. Swearengin having a heck of a day today. I don't have his exact yardage, but you know, if he's not there, he is up over 200 yards already on the day.
I believe it's 220 because before the first half he already had 134, I think. So a 92-yard.
A seal throws into traffic. That one's tipped and bounced around a little bit. Ashley Rose Finch with the pass deflection. Bring up second down and 10 for the Gladiators.
And yeah, Ashley Rose Finch. We keep saying easy tempo and Blake Craze, but Ashley Rose Finch as well contributing the backfield as a part of this very effective secondary.
Well, the Seal hasn't had many places to throw the ball, so that Indianapolis secondary's been doing their job. He's going to throw deep right this time. Incomplete. Intended for Tito Moss, but knocked down by Von Sinuk. Third down and 10 now. I formation. Diaz dotting the I behind a Seal. Fakes the handoff, drops back, throws across the middle on a seam route.
Oh.
It's complete. Out inside the 35-yard line. That's Cody Scott.
Oh boy, Cody Scott again. When the ball gets thrown his way, whatever the risk level of that ball, he just makes it, just catches it. He's sort of your, just throw it to him and leave it to him to make the play. As he catches it, spinning before going down. So good play overall by him.
There were 3 defenders in the area, and a Seal threw a great pass right in between all of them. Empty backfield again for a Seal. He's going to change the play here at the line. See something he wants to take advantage of in that Indianapolis defense. He drops back, deep drop this time. Under pressure, throws it out of there, knocked down by Blake Craze. Incompletion will bring up 2nd down and 10.
I was about to say, good on Dylan Aceel for letting go of the ball before another sack gets, registered. But Blake Craze, he's everywhere. If he's not sacking you, he's just getting in the way of the ball. Good defensive play overall.
Empty backfield for Aceel. Looking to throw. Throws left. Incomplete.
Oh.
Intended for Diaz. But Andrews was right there to make the hit as soon as the ball arrived.
And it almost looks like, I think it was in the hands of Diaz, almost, before he got hit and the ball gets dropped. So again, this Indiana defense is just smothering St. Louis. They allowed 7 at the beginning of the third quarter. They're not allowing any more. They're just sealing the door shut.
Aceel going with an empty backfield again. Under pressure, he's going to run it right up the middle. Slides or tries to slide. He still takes a hit.
It's funny because whatever he does, if he passes, he gets sacked, he gets hit. If he tries to run and doesn't slide, he gets hit. If he slides, he still gets hit.
The punter is on for St. Louis. Going to try and pin Indianapolis deep again. And that one is going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. That was not a bad punt. Just didn't quite die quick enough.
And St. Louis fans groaning because that was a very unfortunate bounce of the ball. As he said, it was a great punt, actually, in my opinion as well. But sometimes the ball is not good. The ball gods are not going to favor you.
That's right. All right, Indianapolis takes over again, 1st and 10 from their own 20. 2 wide right, 1 wide left. Offset eye behind Pepper. Hands it off to Swearengin. Tries to go off the right-hand side, but he's stopped by LaRue. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
And very impressive numbers as you see right there. The average of 12.7 yards, a little bit of inflated after that big run, but still quite the impact he has made.
In the shotgun, Pepper with 2 backs flanking him. He drops back. Throws it across the middle. It's complete. Out to the 40-yard line. Complete to Bob Razor. 1st and 10, Red Devils.
So the way things are looking, Indiana just pummeling St. Louis. They're showing that they're an elite team. And the way that they have been playing, it looks like that they're an elite team. But, they have a record of 2-8. Which is not the most desirable, but their record is not, it's not proof of what they can do. Because in this game, we can see that they can play the passing game well and the running game well.
Tried to go off right tackle with Swearengin, but he is met by Ethan Kai and dropped for a 3-yard loss, 2nd and 13. Offset eye for Pepper. 2 wide right, 1 wide left. That's Swearengin going up the middle. He's going to gain his 3 yards back and get back to the original line of scrimmage. Bring up 3rd down and 10.
And this is the St. Louis defense that was in the beginning of the second half, where they just stuffed Keith Swearengin. I believe that the way that they're playing, it almost looks like Keith Swearengin's 92-yard run for a touchdown was almost a, you would call it a fluke because they have been sealing him the past few drives.
Brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Indianapolis 37, St. Louis 7. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Brought to you by APM Music. Yeah, St. Louis defense looks a little different this half than they did first half. I think they've only allowed 7 points so far this half. Pass to Swearengin out of the backfield, and he isn't going to get anything. He got 2 yards. Stopped quickly by Douglas. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 8.
And those numbers tell you a little bit of a story. Despite St. Louis not scoring points, the quarterbacks themselves are actually almost equally matched. I mean, despite the sacks coming St. Louis's way, that's more of an issue with their offensive. But Dylan Aceel sort a little bit of keeping up with the amount of yards thrown.
Return comes out to the 23. St. Louis will take over 1st down and 10 at that point. And yeah, you're right. The sacks are really an offensive line problem. It's not a reflection too much on Aceel. Single back, everybody else into block. Gives it to Diaz, going to left-hand side. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get 4.
Oh boy, that you would think that Diaz, with that little frame of his, would just go down with a single tackle. But I believe in that one run, he actually brought down his defender with him a couple of yards forward, showcasing he had a little bit of strength with him.
Diaz gets the ball this time. Blake Craze makes the stop after a 1-yard gain, bring up 3rd down and 5. Yeah, Diaz does keep those legs churning, and when he gets hit, he doesn't stop immediately. Two wide left, 1 wide right. Drops back, plenty of times, going to run it up the middle. He did not get it. Did not get the 1st down. He was met by Blake Craze.
Boy, if he's going to have any nightmares, it's going to be of Blake Craze.
Yes, sir. Give it to him, though. He was trying to get that 1st down. He wasn't going to slide. He was going to try and get that 1st down.
Yeah, I'd give him that. That was played with guts. That decision was, done with guts, because as a quarterback, just running and risking a big hit. And the hit came from the front, meaning it's a big hit because, the momentum, when two momentum of different directions collide, it's going to be a bigger hit than if he was hit on the side. So guts indeed from Dylan Aceel on that one. It was not enough for a 1st down.
Indianapolis 37, St. Louis 7, 8:56 left. Quarterback drops back, throws left, Pepper throws deep, complete, all the way out to the 30-yard line. I believe that's, I didn't see the number on that receiver. Was that Daly?
I believe it was.
Yes, it was. That was Dan Daly. Peltier finally brings him down, but Daly gets a huge gain.
Indeed. I was going to say very impressive offense overall by the Indiana Red Devils. They've impressed me with all facets of their game in this one. But I think it looks like that way because they have been met with very little.
Sack. Tom Pepper is sacked. That was sacked by Bo Knowles. Lost, actually no gain. They brought him down at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. Two backs flanking Pepper in the backfield. 2 wide left, he's going to throw. Rolls to the right a little bit, throws left, intercepted. Intercepted by Colin Douglas. I believe that's the first turnover of the game, Mark.
It is the first turnover. It's good recognition, and actually a little bit of athleticism as well, beating the defender to that ending point, rewarding his team with very good field position.
So Seal comes out, empty backfield, 5 wide, drops back, plenty of time, throws across the middle, complete. Yeah, that's going to be Diaz. coming from the slot just as an outlet across the middle, only gains 3. I can't imagine that Diaz was his first option on that play.
Yeah, no, but again, it's this secondary for Indiana, just covering up any receiver. Diaz was the only one left.
Single back, everybody else in the block, hands it to Diaz, going up the middle, and he's going to get nothing. No gain. Stopped there by Brian Dagger. 3rd down and 7, St. Louis. They really need to take advantage of this turnover if they're going to have a chance at even getting back anywhere close. Looking to throw, throws to the right. It's complete. No, it isn't. Knocked it out. Incomplete. Ashley Rose Finch again on the defense. Knocked that ball free.
So there we have seen lots of these situations or opportunities where they get a good defensive stop. They get sort of a little bit of momentum going into their offensive drive, but unable to convert, and again forced to give the ball away back to Indiana.
Graham Northrup in to punt it away. Ball comes down at about the 35-yard line. He'll get it up to the 39. So Indianapolis will line up again, 1st down and 10 from their own 39-yard line. 7:08 left in this game. It's been pretty much all Indianapolis all day long. In the shotgun, Pepper drops back. Has a little bit of pressure coming this way. Incomplete. Intended for Daly. It's actually probably better that he knocked that one down instead of catching it.
Yeah, I agree.
And Douglas may have got his hands on that. Can't tell from that angle, but he was right there at least to knock it away.
So at the very least, St. Louis defense still showing some fight in them, despite their offensive counterparts struggling on their end.
Yeah, St. Louis, you're right. St. Louis's defense has shown some fight in the second half. I formation for Pepper. He's going to look to throw. Plenty of time all day long. Throws it across the middle, complete. That's Daly again. Gain of 4. Sorry, gain of 6. 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 3 from your demon 46-yard line.
Back to the I formation for Pepper. 2 wide right, 1 wide left. He's going to change the play. St. Louis setting up for the run, it looks like, and they're going to give it to Swearengin, and he's met at the line of scrimmage by Freeman Peltier. No gain. That'll force a 4th down for Indianapolis and a punt.
That was actually a good defensive read. There was a little bit of opening in the middle, but 2 defenders, as he said, Freeman Peltier, just sealing off that route, stopping Keith Swearengin, because Keith Swearengin, we keep saying, an open route for him is almost guaranteed 10+ yards.
Punt comes down inside the 20, and that's where he is going to be stopped at the 19-yard line. And I made a statement a little bit just a few minutes ago that was incorrect. That interception was not the first turnover. There was a punt or a fumble recovered in the first half. I forgot about that fumble. But
we both forgot about that.
Yeah, the SFL fans in the chat, they don't forget anything. I formation, 1 wide right. Hands it off to Diaz, going up the middle. He's going to gain 2. Stop there by Paul Conley. Bring up 2nd down and 8.
And we haven't mentioned much of Paul Conley, but he is also one of the or the quiet stars of the secondary. So yeah, he's been playing good as well. Part of the reason why Asil is just unable to throw to his receivers as he would like to.
Asil looking to throw, throws across the middle. It's complete. He was wide open.
He was wide open indeed, but Paul Connolly, again, so quick to just jump and get the tackle, bring him down. Because it looked like Paul Connolly was at least 5 yards away from the receiver before bringing him down for a tackle.
Yeah, he closed very quickly on that receiver. That was Juan Moore. Throwing to Diaz out of the backfield. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to gain 5. Stop there by Ashley Rose Finch and Steven Vitak. 2nd down and 5, Indianapolis. Or St. Louis, sorry.
With 30 points to go, that is pretty much 4 touchdowns and a field goal, which I believe, Rich, is very unlikely with 4.5 or 4 and 5 seconds left.
Yeah, with 4:45 left, and I mean, you've got your 3 timeouts, but 5 scores in that amount of time is unlikely. Long pass this time, incomplete. Almost caught. And we do have an injury. Third down and 5 now for the Gladiators. 2 wide right, 1 wide left in the shotgun. They're going to have to throw the ball. They've got to move the ball. Drops back. Under pressure, and he's sacked. Oh, easy Temple.
This is 7th or 6th.
I want to say it's either 6 or 7. It may be 6 on the day, but
he's just overpowering two guys in the offensive line by himself and just breaks through. This one guy, he's a personification of power.
Asil drops back to throw under pressure, throws it out to Diaz. Craze brings him down after about a 5-yard gain, maybe?
Yeah, approximately 5 yards. And Rich, this is why Indiana is the #1 passing team, or I mean passing defense team, because their passing defense is actually a 2-layer sort of defense. They both pressure the passer, but their secondary as well covers the receivers real well.
Pepper drops back, throws it to the left. It's complete. Swearengin out of the backfield, and that's going to be a 1st down. Just a swing out pass to Swearengin. Got him out in space. Great blocking out there by the offensive line.
It's great everything. Great blocking. A little bit of making his own plays as well by Keith Swearengin. So yeah, this has been the story of this game. Indiana showing that they are the offensive powerhouse in this match.
3:35 left in this one. Indianapolis ball, 1st down and 10 from the St. Louis 17. In the red zone already. I formation. Hand off to Swearengin. And that was not Swearengin. It looks like the subs are in. That was Joe McElroy and the quarterback Brian Cannon. Stop made by Afolabi.
And as this game winds down, really, this is a game more of looking at what works for the team in the future.
Yeah, the Indianapolis backup's getting a little bit of work here. And that's another handoff to the back. He's going to gain a couple. Gain of a yard, or back to the line of scrimmage, actually. Just back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 9. Again, Joe McElroy on the carry. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. May get one more snap. Brian Cannon in the shotgun. But that will bring us to the 2-minute warning here in Indianapolis. The Red Devils 37, the Gladiators 7. We'll pause for a word from the SFL.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
McElroy takes that one. He's stopped by Douglas. And we have a timeout on the field with 1:56 left. Indianapolis is going to bring Pena back on the field. He's been a busy guy today. And that 28-yard field goal is good. 1:53 left in this one. And the Red Devils take a 40-7 lead.
And Rich, we have been giving praise to Indiana all game. But if there's anything positive left for St. Louis in this game, is that they prove that defensively they can handle, these sort of offensive powerhouses to some extent. Because what they have with them is guts. What they have is fighting spirit. And I think it's a matter of inevitability as soon as they find the right scheme that works for them. As soon as they find a proper mix of team play. Because I see the possibilities. They are quick to seal up plays. They're quick to stop running plays, as they have with Keith Swearengin. It's just a little bit unfortunate that Indiana is just really overpowering.
Yeah, I see some positive things from the St. Louis defense. The offense is obviously struggling as a Seal throws one across the middle, intended for more, but it's knocked down. But yeah, their defense came out in the second half, made some adjustments, and didn't have a bad second half.
No, they only allowed 10 points in the second half.
2nd down and 10 for the Gladiators. From their own 31-yard line. Single back, trips to the left. The Seal drops back, throws left, or throws right to Diaz coming out of the backfield. He's going to get a first down, forced out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Stops the clock.
Yeah, that was a good play overall. Diaz he is really a quick little guy, just outrunning his defenders. This time it's good enough for another first down. And yeah, he's the underrated part of this offense, I believe.
Yeah, Diaz only 5'6", 205. Quick little running back. Low center of gravity. Drops back. Throws across the middle. Complete. That's enough for a first down for St. Louis. Complete to Nick Finch, and St. Louis is going to try and move quickly here. A Seal drops back, throwing to Diaz out of the backfield again. That one took him backwards. He's going to lose 3 on that.
Ooh, that's going to hurt. His momentum actually took him outside of the outside line. So, but if he kept inside, I feel like he would have that speed to pick up at least 3-4 yards. A little bit of an unfortunate turn of events right there.
Yeah, I agree. If he would have caught him in stride, he would have got a couple more yards out of that. Trips to the right this time for a Seal. Single back. Drops back, looking to throw. Throws down deep across the middle, incomplete. Incomplete. That one was broken up by Washington.
Yeah, and we keep saying this secondary from Indiana, they have been everywhere. Just what if a SEAL, if he gets pressured, he's forced to throw the ball short and quick. And when he gets time, there's nowhere to throw to because there's more red uniforms than gold uniforms that you can see down the field.
Going back to the single back, no wide receivers. That's Diaz behind a SEAL. Drops back to throw. Throws it to Diaz coming out of the backfield behind him. But Diaz makes a nice catch. He's going to get stopped short of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down and 5, and St. Louis uses another timeout.
And that was actually a good running play by Diaz, or I mean a good run after catching the ball by Diaz. It was a pickup of 8 yards. Under normal circumstances, that's good enough for a first down. Unfortunately, that loss earlier, setting them up for 3rd and long, was too tough to open.
He drops back, throws it down the middle, complete. Inside the 20-yard line. That's Cody Scott, and St. Louis uses their last timeout.
Wow, nice route. He just cut it real sharp. His defender was not looking, and he just beat him.
Yeah, he got matched up with a linebacker, Trey Houston, and Houston got turned around. And Cody Scott, the tight end, had enough wherewithal to cut that route inside. Receive that pass wide open. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Under pressure, and he's sacked.
What was it?
Easy Temple.
Easy Temple.
And again, 2 in a row. Is Temple going to hit double digits in sacks this game? He's got 48 seconds left. A SEAL throws deep this time, incomplete. Knocked down again by Washington.
Boy, oh boy. Temple just powering through twice, 2 plays in a row, just breaks through as if the offensive line, were nothing. As if they were just curtains. He just had to push them aside.
4th down and 18. Single back. Drops back, throws to Diaz coming out of the backfield. He's got some room to work, but not nearly enough room. Stop made by Houston, and that will be a turnover on downs with 37 seconds left to go. And that should do it. We should see the victory formation at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. And again, on that one play, it's Diaz who is my underrated player of this game. Another pickup of 8 yards. And again, under normal circumstances, if they were already at 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 5, a pickup of 8 yards is already pretty good. But it's this defense from Indiana.
Yeah, St. Louis had to overcome some of their own mistakes to get some of the success that they did have. But that should end this one. Indianapolis, the 1-8 Indianapolis Red Devils come out with a win to go to 2-8, 40-7, and St. Louis drops to 2-9. And that will end the game, folks. Again, Indianapolis 40, St. Louis 7. So you say your surprise player of the game is Diaz?
Yes.
I agree. That and we knew they were going to, you look at the sacks on the season before the game for a SEAL. I mean, he'd been sacked 44 times before today. Easy Temple had 9 sacks.
Holy smokes. Yeah.
Or 8.5 sacks. Sorry, 8.5 sacks.
So technically, aside from that one assist, he had all the sacks on Dylan Asil.
And Asil still threw for 213 yards.
Yeah. So if there's just that one minor adjustment with the offensive line, I believe St. Louis really has some points that they can cling on to that might prove to be successful in the future. Their offensive line, let go of their current roster, maybe do a few switches here and there, or maybe even change the scheme. Maybe even employ a star tight end to solidify that line somehow. But if not for their offensive line, I see them doing, wondrous things in the future.
I agree. I agree. But that will end things here in Indianapolis. And we want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Again, final score from here in Indianapolis. It is the Red Devils 40, the Gladiators 7. For Marc Lopez, this is Rich Pratchard. Thank you again for listening. You've been watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. Good night.